Okay, the doctrine of Declectus Personae has been discussed by the Supreme Court in the case of Ortega versus the Court of Appeals. This was decided in July 3, 1995. Now, according to the Supreme Court, that the birth and life of a partnership at will is predicated on the mutual desire and consent of the partners. So the right to choose with whom a partner wishes to associate himself is the very foundation and essence of that partnership. So meaning if a partner, let's say for instance, there's already a partnership composing of A and B, uh, Amando and Bayani. Now, if Amando assigns his interest of the partnership to another person, Mr. X, the question is Mr. X already a partner to the partnership, a partner to Mr. Bayani? Well, the answer is no, because Mr. Bayani did not choose Mr. X. Again, assignment is transfer. No? The premise there was when Amando transfers his interest to Mr. X, will Mr. X become a partner of Bayani? So the answer is no, because of this doctrine, the doctrine of Declectus Personae. Okay. Now let's discuss mutual agency doctrine. So what is mutual agency? So mutual agency means that in case of there is no agreement, there is absence of agreement or stipulation, okay. When there's absence of contractual stipulation or agreement between the partners or among the partners, then all partners become agents of the partnership, meaning they are all managers of the partnership. So in that case, if there is no agreement between them or among them, then they become agents to the partnership. So basically, this kind of partnership is an agency type of partnership. Yeah? So whatever one partner do, it binds the other partners, or it binds the whole partnership. This is stated in Article 1803 and 1818. So in this case, wala may agreement. So all partners are managers. All partners are agents. So this is called the mutual agency doctrine. So meaning all partners being managers to the partnership, they can bind the partnership. So pwede sila mangutang. Siya isa. So he can lend, sell some assets if they are engaged in selling, no, assets. So if they are in case, for instance, selling real property, so any one of them can sell any real property as long as they don't sell the whole business itself, no. So any one of them can dispose of partnership property in the partnership name. So the admission of one in case of evidence against the partnership is already an admission of the other partners. And notice to any partner is already a notice to the partnership. So if there are 3 partners and let's say Amando was the one who received the notice. Notice could be notice of demand from a legal firm or law firm, demand to pay debts, no? Demand to or subpoena to attend in a court hearing. So notice to one is already notice to the other partners because they are all managers. No? And wrongful act or omission of any partner acting for partnership affairs makes the partnership liable, stated in Article 1822. Then the partnership is bound to make good the losses for the acts and misapplications of the partners. Okay, so if one partner transacts business and incurs losses in the transaction, then the partnership or all the other partners are bound to pay for the losses, which is incurred by only one partner. Okay, so the mutual agency doctrine makes all partners managers to the partnership. Now let's go to unlimited liability doctrine. In partnership, all partners are liable pro rata with all their properties. And after partnership assets have been exhausted, so all partnership debts. So meaning if all partnership assets are exhausted, then the partners are now liable to pay in their own capacity, no, with their properties. So their personal properties are now uh, going to be foreclosed by the creditors of the partnership, stated in Article 1816. Any stipulation against personal liability of partners for partnership debts is void, except as among them. So in case, again, Mr. A and B are partners in a partnership, so they agreed that in case the partnership debts cannot be paid by the partnership assets, then Mr. A will not be liable. Will not be liable to pay from his personal assets. So dili ko na yung personal assets from Mr. A. They have agreed, A and B. So in this case, that agreement is void, no? Meaning it has no legal effect. Meaning that the creditors can still get the personal assets of Mr. A, even if there was an agreement between A and B, no? Because according to Article 1817, that agreement is void. Okay. In Article 24, 1824, all partners states that all partners are liable solidarily with the partnership for everything chargeable to the partnership when caused by the wrongful act or omission of any partner acting in the ordinary course of business of the partnership or with authority from other partners and for partners act or misapplication of properties. So any wrongful doing of any partner binds the whole partnership or the whole entire company or partnership. So they are liable solidarity. So one partner cannot say, I will not pay because that is the act of the other partner. He cannot say that. No. Why? Because of the unlimited liability doctrine. The question, what if there is a newly admitted partner into the existing partner? Will he be liable for the obligations arising before his admission? The answer is yes, he can be liable, but only out of partnership property shares, no? Not his personal assets. This is according to Article 26. Wala mo tayong personal properties. Okay, Article 1827. Partnership creditors are preferred to those of each of the partners as regards the partnership property. So this means that the partnership owes or is indebted to a partner. So nasa utang sa usa ka partner. Also, it has debt or indebted to another person who is not a partner. No? So there are two debts here: partner, debt to the partner, and debt to another person who is not a partner. So who is preferred in paying partnership, in paying or using partnership property? So of course, the person who is not a partner is preferred. No? Siya una bayaran, dili ang partner. Okay. Now, upon dissolution of partnership, the partners whole contribute the amounts all contribute to the amounts necessarily to satisfy the partnership liabilities. So meaning dissolution na undang ang partnership, so all partners, all partners will contribute the pro rata amounts necessarily to satisfy the partnership liabilities. So all partnership assets are already dissolved or liquidated, gibaligya, and then mo ng cash, bibayaran tanan utang, naagya pa utang, then the partners will all contribute pro rata. Okay. For now, we will distinguish partnership from co-ownership and corporation. So there are three. This one, partnership, co-ownership, and corporation. So upon creation, so a partnership is created by a contract or the mere agreement of parties. While co-ownership, what is co-ownership again? When a thing is undivided and owned by numerous persons. So this is created by law. No? So example, what is an example of co-ownership? When a person dies, namatay siya, and then he has a property, let's say 10 hectares, no? And he has 5 children. So that property, who owns the property? The children owns the property. No? Are the children partners? No. They are co-owners to the 10 hectares of property left by their parent. No? Co-ownership. So it's owned by the children. So this one is created by law. Also, a corporation, corp means corporation, is created by law. So there's a contract between the members or the stock or the incorporators, but it's not created unless state will give its imprimatur, meaning will give its will accept and issues a registration for the corporation. So corporation is created by law. How about juridical personality? Yes, personality or juridical personality to partnership. While co-ownership, it has none. And corporation also has a juridical personality, the same as a partnership. Purpose of partnership is for realization of profits. Purpose of co-ownership is for the enjoyment, common enjoyment of a thing or right. And the purpose of corporation, it depends on the articles of incorporation. So it's articles of incorporation. Another distinction as to duration or term of existence. A partnership has no limitation. While co-ownership, by law, it is not to exceed 10 years. And incorporation, this is now unlimited, no? Corporation has unlimited life. So before it is only limited to 50 years and extendable for another 50 years. But now it's already it can go beyond 50 years depending on the intention or the agreement of the members or the incorporators. Okay, as to disposal or transfer ability of interest. In partnership, a partner may not dispose of his individual interest unless agreed upon by all partners. So a partner cannot dispose without the consent of the other partners. But a co-owner in co-ownership can freely do so, as well as in corporation. The stockholder has also the right to transfer all his shares without the consent of the other stockholders. And then we have as to power to act with third persons. So in partnership, in the absence of agreement, then all partners are managers to the partnership. While in co-ownership, a co-owner cannot represent another co-owner. And in a corporation, management is vested with a board of directors or board of trustees. Okay, let's continue. As to effect of death, the death of a partner in partnership results in the dissolution of a partnership. While in co-ownership, it does not dissolve the co-ownership. And in corporation, it does not dissolve the corporation. So the effect of death of a partner. Also another distinction in this as to dissolution, a partnership may be dissolved at any time by the will of any of the partners or all of the partners. A co-ownership may be dissolved anytime also, like a partnership. And a corporation can only be dissolved with the consent of the state or the Republic of the Philippines. No? That's the corporation. Another distinction, the number of incorporators. In partnership, minimum of 2. In co-ownership, minimum of 2. In corporation, this is now changed. It used to be 5 incorporators, but now there can be 1, no? As in one person corporation, OPC. So many, one any. The new corporation law. Also, commencement of juridical personality, meaning the start of juridical personality. In partnership, from the moment the contract is executed by the partners. What is again the contract of partnership? In partnership, it is known as articles of partnership. In co-ownership, there is none. There is no juridical personality. In corporation, when does juridical personality starts? This is the answer. From the date of issuance of certificate of incorporation by the SEC. This is stated in the certificate of incorporation. No? So the date is stated there. Okay, that ends the distinction. Now, in the case of Ears of Tan and Key versus the Court of Appeals, a particular partnership is distinguished from joint venture. Particular, this is a kind of partnership. Particular meaning it can undertake a particular project. So a particular partnership is distinguished from joint venture because a joint venture is a sort of informal partnership with no firm name and no legal personality. So a joint venture has no legal personality. In a joint account, the participating merchants can transact business under their own name and can be individually liable therefore. So usually, but not necessarily, a joint venture is limited to a single transaction. Although the business of pursuing to a successful termination may continue for a number of years. A partnership generally relates to a continuing business of various transactions of a certain kind. Now, if you notice the third bridge, it is being constructed by a joint venture. So, joint venture meaning it is formed by uh, numerous corporations or corporation and a partnership. No? Like the airport, for instance, it was constructed by a consortium of corporations or partnership. Japanese firm, architects from the Cebuano architects, like that. So it's formed, and this one is for a particular or single transaction, which is the creation of the airport. For this one, the construction of the third bridge. So it is for a single transaction, a joint venture, while a partnership is for a continuing business and various transactions of certain kind. Although in our Philippine law, joint venture could be a form of a partnership contract. Okay. In another case, the Auerbach versus sanitary wares, it ruled that uh, a corporation cannot enter into partnership, but it may, however, engage in a joint venture with others. So, see, according to another ruling, a joint venture is a form of partnership. But then another ruling, the Supreme Court says that this a corporation cannot enter into a partnership, but it can enter into a joint venture. So here, it simply means that a joint venture is different from a partnership.